Hey everybody, Matumbo here. Welcome back. We are playing some more Historic here on Magic Arena, and today we are continuing our play from yesterday where we were playing Mox Amber, and we're going to throw it into a different build. We've been seeing a lot of mono white life gain, so that is what we're going to be playing. We're going to be playing a Mox life gain deck. We're going to try to again take advantage of the ramp from Mox Amber and see what we can do with it. But before we hop into today's deck, would like to remind everybody, if you like the video, please hit the subscribe button, please like the video, please comment, please hit the bell icon, please do all of that. Our channel is growing very, very quickly. We're doing an amazing job. Thank you guys so much. We finally surpassed 500 subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are halfway to our first official goal, well, second goal really, of 1,000. So let's see if we can get there. Let's see how quickly we can do it. Again, thank you guys so much for helping out, and I'm glad that you guys are enjoying the videos. So with that being said, let's hop into this Mox life gain deck. So again, we're trying to abuse the free mana that we're getting from Mox Amber. Again, Moxes are overpowered because they cost 0 and they tap to give mana. However, with this particular Mox, there's a drawback in regards to us having to have a legendary creature or a planeswalker in play. So we do have to play a high amount of legendary creatures in our decks. No planeswalkers, as with the mono white versions of the planeswalkers. The cheapest one I believe is 3, and it's not good. And the better ones start at 4. So we're just going to ignore planeswalkers and just focus on creatures. So we do have, I believe, 18 legendary creatures in our deck. And I do want you guys to notice that we are only playing 16 land. Now our deck curves out and maxes out at 3 mana. So that's why we're dropping the land. The shuffling algorithm does try to give you a higher chance of having 1 to 2 land in your opener. So if you have 1 or 2 land in your opener and a Mox Amber, you essentially have the 3 mana you need for the whole game. And you're obviously not trying to draw more land after that. There was a period of time where people were abusing this when they were playing like I don't remember if it was an 11 or a 13 land mono red deck in standard, because you only needed like 2 land for the whole deck to function. So we're kind of playing along those same lines as we're trying to semi-abuse the I guess the shuffler, so to speak. So, but let's look at our creatures. So in the non-legendary spot, we have All Seed of Life's Bounty. We have 2 of these. Obviously, these have lifelink. Our whole deck does focus about gaining life, so we do want lifelinkers. This one has an added ability of being able to sacrifice it to give one of our creatures or enchantments protection from a certain color until end of turn. So that's really good. Healer's Hawk is a staple in life gain decks that are creature based, especially in mono white. Just a 1/1 flyer with lifelink. Really, really good. Leonin Vanguard, it almost does the same thing. However, if we have 3 or more creatures, it's going to get +1/+1 until end of turn right before our attack step, and we're going to gain a life. So it's just a free life gain. If we're not able to attack, but we have creatures out, we're going to be gaining an additional life every turn. Serra's Ascendant. So this is a card that was added in one of the, and I don't remember if it was Anthologies 1 or 2, but this card is really powerful. It's a 1/1 lifelinker for 1, but if we have 30 or more life, it becomes a 6/6 flyer with lifelink. Pretty crazy. We're able to get to 30 life, I think, by like turn 3, depending on what we draw. So we have the potential to have a 6/6 flying lifelinker on, I believe, turn 3. So really, really, really powerful. And again, Soul Warden. This was added, I believe, in the last Anthologies, Anthologies 2. Could be wrong as well. But whenever any creature enters the battlefield, we're going to gain a life. So this also counts our opponent's creatures. So they're going to be trying to play creatures to combat our creatures, but then they're going to be gaining life. They're going to be gaining us life in the meantime, which could potentially power up our Serra's Ascendants and our Johnny's Pridemate in the 2 slot. So we just hopped over here because this is the other non-legendary creature in our deck. Obviously, in a life gain deck based on creatures, you want a Johnny's Pridemate because every time you gain life, it's going to get +1/+1 permanently. This card is just ridiculous for uncommon. So. All right, so we also do have 2 Legions landings. I do want to point these out before we hop into the legendary creatures. These are just a 1/1, 1 mana enchantment, makes a 1/1 lifelinker, obviously important. But if we attack with 3 or more, this is actually going to flip into a land, Adana the first fort. So this land actually can either tap for white mana, or you can spend 3 mana to make 1/1 lifelinkers. So really good synergy here. All right, so let's look at all of our different legendaries. So we do have a follow-up from yesterday in Reese the Redeemed. This card is a 1-drop, 1/1 legendary. That's the main focus here, is the fact that we are able to play a legendary on turn 1. This enables us to potentially go Plains, Reese the Redeemed, Mox Amber, 1-drop. So just note that does make a huge difference in our deck and what we can do with it. Thalia. Thalia was added in an anthology set. Non-creature spells cost 1 extra to cast. It's a 2/1 first striker for 2. Thought about playing more of these. However, a lot of the decks in Historic, I feel like that I've been seeing are creature based. So this doesn't really do anything for those. This is just really more of the first strike value and it being 2 power. So, and then Daxos. Daxos is very important in this deck. With it being a legendary, we are playing 4 of. And it basically says that anytime a creature we control enters the battlefield or dies, we're going to gain a life. So again, since it is a life gain deck, we do want to make sure that we're gaining life. We do want to make sure we're hitting these. And his toughness is going to ramp up based on our devotion. All right, so Heliod. Heliod Suncrowned. Again, life-based deck. This card says anytime we gain life, we can put a +1/+1 counter on any creature that we control. And we can pay 2 mana to give creatures lifelink. So this is really going to be the bread and butter of our deck, besides the Ajani's Pridemate, Serra's Ascendant, Healer's Hawk. This card, if we can get this out with creatures in play, we're just going to run away with the game. You know, he is not a creature unless our devotion is 5 or more, but that's really easy to get with some of these cards. Now, Terranika, a Crowan veteran. This is a card I'm kind of just trying out. It's a 3/3 vigilance for 3, which is super powerful, just stat wise on itself. But whenever it attacks, we actually get to untap another creature we control for the end of the turn, and they become a 4/4 indestructible creature. So it's a good way to pump our creatures, untap our creatures. Vigilance in itself, it's kind of like having 2 vigilant creatures for the price of 1. All right, and Linden again. Super staple in a mono white life gain build. Anytime we attack with a creature, we're going to gain 1 life. So if we swing for 5 creatures, we're going to gain 5 life. And if one of those is an Ajani's Pridemate, it's going to get +5/+5. Pretty ridiculous. And to top it off, we're playing Luris in the deck. Can't play on the sideboard, obviously, since we have some 3-drops. But I'm assuming that if our opponents are going to be able to deal with our early drops, this will be a good late game, be able to bring them back, especially with cards like All Seed of Life's Bounty. So yeah. So again, I do want to remind you guys to stay through the whole video, because we do a wrap up at the end. We talk about what we liked and what we didn't like, and what potential changes we might make. All right, so let's hop into the gameplay, and we will see you guys soon. All right, so this mono white build. Seen a lot of mono white playing around. Since we used Mox Amber yesterday, I obviously wanted to give it a shot. Kahira. So this has potential. I don't think this is something we actually want to keep, though. This is better-ish. Feels bad getting rid of that. But is what it is. Put one to the bottom, get one to the top. See if this gets countered. Nope. Oh, good old seal away. That got us pretty good. Ahira. So We should have played Heliod there. We are not blocking. Are not blocking. Try to draw out a counterspell. Interesting. So do all Kahira decks play, like, are they creatureless in Historic? I could easily see that. You could just be ramping up for a very... I mean, we're totally fine with that happening, right? We'll have to be wary about Settle the Wreckage. I just don't want to get settled for 3 or 4 creatures. I'd rather just play the slow game. It's pretty good. And and search. We do have Luris, which is good. Yeah, I do think that we are playing against a Wait, does this give us or just creatures enchantment? So again, we don't really want to... Okay. And I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm imagining he's gonna be digging or looking for some kind of wrath effect. Yeah. Wow, that's his 3rd Shark Typhoon. Pretty good. Especially with him actually being able to... that's fine. So he... Don't really think that's going to matter in the long run. We are going to mass attack here. We're going to flip this. So I think we just play out of our graveyard. You still can't flip that, which is good. Yeah, he's definitely digging for a wrath. Just like a Shatter the Sky or something. It has to be Shatter the Sky here. Yep. Alright, so we drew... Alright, so we are going to refill. Alright, let's put him to within lethal. So he has to... Must have been a good one for him not to bin that. So he can block Daxos. Take 3, go to 2. I think that's the play. And he has to have a Wrath. He gets the Scry, though. I mean, I would have just paid mana to Scry there. I mean, might as well. Because he just put a card on top. So you do have to search. That card is going away. I guess I'm happy he did that. He does get to flip though. So no blocks. Gonna have to search here. The fairy's not gonna do it. So he has a settle. Is that what that means? He can make a blocker. Yeah, okay. Good game. Interesting first game. Maybe there's just not enough people playing creature-based decks to see Settle the Wreckage. I don't think we can keep this. Guess we can keep this. We don't have a 1-drop, which is unfortunate. But we can lead off with a Thalia. I guess Thalia is not really going to be that good against this deck. Could be, though. I mean, they are ahead of us on mana. But seeing a Llanowar Elf on turn 1, you have to assume they're going to be pretty creature heavy. He's reading Thalia. Maybe that's a good sign. Now he's playing Gruul. Really powerful. Really powerful play there. The good news is Heliod comes down and could potentially take the game over as long as Linden stays in play and we keep our devotion up. And this is all about Burning Tree, Burning Tree. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Well, we're not blocking. Not at all. No, we're not attacking. That's pretty crazy. That's a really powerful turn 3 that our opponent has there. So if he can remove Linden, obviously it's going to be a problem, but we can follow it up with Daxos and Healer's Hawk. Okay, Elves is not threatening, Land is not threatening, but you know what is threatening? Embercleave, but he does not have it, so that is good to know. And we are going to pump up our first striker. And if we attack, Okay, so I like that. I like where we are. I mean, we're definitely going to block. Don't care about your burning tree coming over. But yeah, we're gonna block this way. So I do feel like he has Ember Cleave here. So, I mean, he has to put it on the one that's not that one. That's fine, but... Yep. I'm pretty sure you saw your mistake there. You were going to lose that guy no matter what, so... Alright. Yeah, his hand was really powerful, and I feel like if we would have been playing any other deck, and pretty much would not have had a chance against him, and I do wonder if he had Ember Cleave in his hand prior. You want to remember to remind you guys, should be hydrating. Super important. We definitely cannot keep this. This is better. My opponent's going first. I mean, I think it's better to have Luris to bring these potentially back. That was a horrible draw. Do need another land, though. Ah, so he's playing Explore, huh? All right, so let's get on this. Let's get on this land draw. Land draw here is huge. I think a land draw here wins us the game. What is he playing? Oh man. Yeah, like I said. So if we attack in with the Pridemate now, it'll grow up to a 5/5, which he can kill. So we can't really risk it right now, but okay, so that's fine. Is he playing that combo deck though? Wonder if he is. Okay, so we can stop drawing land. So we attack with everything. Becomes an 8/8. He's got to literally block with everything. If he chooses to do that, I don't think that's going to work out for you. Math is hard. So I wonder what the point of him blocking there with everything was. Yeah, that was a miscount. I think he just jumped on the chance and just miscounted. Yeah. Need to get a new camera. That's the next goal. Next goal is a new camera and a green screen. Dina Bay. This is a pretty underwhelming hand. Turn 1, turn 2. Potentially turn 3, but doesn't do anything though. This is just not an explosive draw. We can't keep this. We can keep this though. Much as I want to play with Terranica, I'm gonna put that to the bottom for now. So that Mox is actually a really good draw. Pack Rat is kind of fortunate. So we have to play this out. Then we are going to offer up a trade. So we're going to gain 3 life per creature that gets played, so these are going to grow out really quickly. So these will actually put us exactly to where we need to be. So we have a couple of 6/6s out. That's really good. And I mean, we're showing him potential lethal here already. We just have to hit him for 13. So one Pack Rat, him to 13. Serra Ascendant's really powerful. I don't know if you're noticing the animation slightly changing as they hover. Now you can see the bottom A on Serra Ascendant. Now you can't. Now you can. Now you can't. So this guy's just gonna rope us. It's an unfortunate part of the game, but again, just people like this just need to realize that if you're doing this, there's really no point, because the game's going to end anyway, and you could just be playing another game already. All right, so we're about to see swing on our end, and I don't really think there's anything he can do. Obviously he's timing out, but I don't think there's anything on our turn that he can do to potentially get us. Maybe there's something that'll drain life, so we're just going to play this out. This will ensure that we gain 3 extra life to put us outside of any kind of like black damage spell to us that I can't think of. Like, there was an old card called Spinning Darkness from Weatherlight, but I'm pretty sure that only dealt 3 damage to creatures. I know there's a 2 damage spell for black, for double black, but I think it only does it to creatures also. Again, Historic's really weird when you're not like super used to it. So, alright, this also ensures us that with him timing out, we'll just be able to get, we'll just be able to attack unabated. And GG's, sir. Sorry you had to be a sore loser, but got there. So yeah, so let that be a lesson to everybody. If you're gonna rope, just quit the game and go play another game. All right, so we cannot keep this hand. Again, this is kind of the risk that you take when you're playing such few land in your deck, and 2 of them come into play untapped unless you have other land in play. So yeah, we're gonna keep this. Definitely gonna keep this. Throw back a Daxos. I really wish we had another 1-drop in our hand. I think next turn we're actually going to play Heliod. So this is, we're playing against a Winota deck. You do you. Chalk it all you want. Okay. Also fine. So it's actually a really good draw there. So this actually lets us kill Teferi. And we'll pump Linden so the Vanguard can't get through. I mean, he might not be playing Winota, but I'm like 95% sure that he's playing Winota. Winota's really the only deck I feel like you see that plays Vanguard. But I don't know Winota to play Teferi. You want to play as many creatures as possible in your deck. Maybe this is just like a weird Jeskai control build. This person might be incentivized to play. Okay. Oh. All right. So you are going to be doing all the bouncing. We are not blocking because we're going to get in. No, it should have played it the other way. Should have played the other ordering. So is flying or anything? No. All right, we're gonna we're gonna put one there and one here. So he can definitely bounce again, but what do you bounce at this point? So we're constantly growing our board against him. He's not really getting through a bunch of damage. So if he bounces Linden again, Daxos can't block because he's going to shrink by 3. Because his Lore Dracus will be a 4/3 on his attack. So, I mean, no blocks. Okay, I was wondering about that. Could have also just blocked with the Linden since we had a backup. But, alright, good for us. On to the next game. That was a really weird deck he was playing. Felt pretty spicy, though. You don't see a lot of mutate in Historic, I don't feel like. We're going first. We can Healer's Hawk. Or no, we can Soul Warden into Thalia. Soul Warden into Daxos, because he's probably going to be playing a lot of creatures. If he's playing Obosh, we want to definitely... Plus Soul Warden, actually, if he's playing the Cat Oven, that kind of gets him. He's playing weird red blue, is it? So, okay. Playing a flash deck. Interesting. Do we offer the trade? I think we do. So this will put him off something like Octopus or something if he blocks, or any of those enchantments let him draw cards. But let's see what he does here. Yeah, I think we're going to value the other creatures over the Serra's Ascendant until we're a little bit of higher life total. Alright, so we're not going to attack with the Soul Warden this time, in case he does have Octopus. Okay. That is fine with us, so dive down. What a weird card. So, I want to see what he plays here. I don't really care about losing the Healer's Hawk. He wants to cast something out here, because we're going to get it down to... So yeah, he has to have a Quench here, right? I mean, a 6/6 lifelinker is hard to beat. Okay. Not worried about that. I think we just slam this down. I don't really feel like we care about counters at this point, right? We're at 35. Offer up some trades. If you... So we're at 42 against a deck that needs to be very, very aggressive. Yeah, I don't see his deck being able to win a game where we're this far ahead on life. I mean, that's pretty good. So now he's to the point of chump blocking, and we're never blocking. Obosh doesn't even really do a lot. He's just giving us more and more life. If we were to draw Heliod, I mean, this game would get out of control pretty quickly. But yeah, now every creature he draws is a chump blocker. And his deck is just getting... Yeah, his hand and his draws are just getting worse and worse the more he chump blocks. Alright, so we are 60 points higher than you. All right. Just in case. So he definitely has Brazen Borrowers in his deck. So that actually caught us off guard a little bit. Hey, we're at 73. Hey, we're at 82. So, if we draw a Heliod in the midst of all this, come on, deck, one time, just Heliod off the top. Oh, here comes Obosh. Oh, okay, Curious Obsession. Good game, good game. You just had to take damage, Jeff. All right, he gave up. Good for him for being a good sport. 82 life, nice. All right, everybody, time for the wrap up. So what did this deck do? It went 6-0, had some really awesome games. Mox Amber lets us do some pretty explosive things, lets us power out creatures that we that our opponent just doesn't expect. So I do think that there's still something left to explore in Historic. I'm not really sure what that is with Mox Amber specifically, but we will have to keep exploring that. Maybe not in our next video, but sometime in the near future. But with that being said, though, here's the list that I would play. So we were playing 61 cards. The only changes that we made to the deck is we did take out both of the Terranikas to drop the deck to 59, and then we added one more Reese the Redeemed. So this is the list that I would play. Flat 60 cards. It's going to help our curve slightly because we're playing 60 instead of 61. But that's really it. The other card I wasn't too thrilled about, it was kind of a little underwhelming, was Legion's Landing. I mean, it did help us in the blue-white matchup that we had, but again, I mean, when we're having games where at like 80 something life, I don't really feel like this extra thing could help us, but again, it's still worth exploring, so that's why I'm keeping it in. The only other potential cards I would think about adding, I don't know where we would fit them in, would be Atomic, because it is a 2/3 flyer for 2 mana. That's a legendary, so obviously legendaries are important. Legendaries that cost less than 3 are important. So again, that's the only other thing that I would potentially consider, because we're really where we want to be with this deck as it is right now. As you can see, we did really well with it. But again, with that being said, want to thank everybody so much. We've surpassed 500, like I mentioned before. I think I woke up this morning, we were at like 5:30. We were in the high 4s yesterday, so we just got another big jump, and so thrilling to see that you guys are enjoying the videos that I'm making, the content that I'm creating for everybody. I'm glad that people are coming back for more. It really does warm my heart, make me feel good to know that people do enjoy what I put out. So with that being said, please remember to hit the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, share the video to your friends so other people see it. Let them know what's happening in this channel. Let them know that you were here first before we just take off. You know, wishful thinking. But other than that, you know, it's a rainy day here, so hopefully it's not where you are. So everybody enjoy your Monday. It is the holiday here in the States. So if you're on a long weekend, enjoy your long weekend. But in the meantime, keep playing Magic, keep winning those games, stay safe. We will see you guys next time.